ready.
Back in the studio. Yeah, it had to be cool being surrounded by a bunch of people that had the same talents. Like everybody's there, like trying to find their purpose, their way. They're like entity, like, like to get started. You build up and was working so hard for it for so long. Nerves. How was your nerves?
Actually, bro, it's strange. I was not nervous at all. Most of my team was like super duper nervous, and I was cracking jokes to like get people comfortable. But I just felt like I was kind of walking in purpose, and this was what I'm supposed to be doing. So it kind of normally in other situations, I may have been nervous, but this time, bro, there was just something that told me this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So it kind of just felt natural and comfortable.
Hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Sorry, YouTube. I got the mics working now. For some reason, didn't pick up the beginning part. So you get out there, and you know you're going to audition for a movie.
Yeah, a few things.
I was just saying, there's a couple categories, and they were a movie, a music video.
No, so it was more. The main goal was to get some Hollywood agents, right?
Okay.
But in
networking.
I got 6 agents that want to work with me, so
That's
I have to
what's
pick
up.
one to be my agent out there in LA, and then
It says something with numbers, bud. Congratulations.
Yeah, and then it was like that was the goal, but in the process with networking and like at the bar, I met a guy who wanted me to be in a movie, and then I met like a Latin producer who's producing Bad Bunny's albums and stuff, and it was just synchronistic, bro. Like sitting outside smoking a joint with Chris Van Kirk. It was like we had
that don't happen all the time.
Yeah, we just had finished rehearsal, so it was like 1:30 in the morning, and we were sitting out on this fountain. We probably shouldn't have been sitting there, bro. And I'm singing Midnight Rider, and this guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, was that you singing that song?" And he's like, "I'm in Cali, bro," and he's like damn near sprinting at me. And I'm like, "Okay, what's gonna go on? What are we gonna have to do here?" And he's like, "Give me your Instagram." And I gave it to him, and this dude's famous, bro. He's chart topping Latin, working with producing Bad Bunny songs. Like he's a legitimate big deal. And
so
out of
sick.
nowhere, and then at the bar, I'm at the bar one night, right, having a drink, just a beer. I was tired, and this blonde staring at me from across the bar. And I'm like, huh. So she comes and sits by me, right? We get to talking, and she's been in Yellowstone, bro. Like 4 or 5 episodes. They're making some comic book about her.
God.
Yeah, some superhero mom comic book. She's a big deal. It was just John Wayne's grandson was there. There was just so many people, bro.
John Wayne's grandson. That is cool. That is definitely a sick fucking networking scheme, man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So yeah, that had to be exhausting, and then to end the night, like to go around and like see you messaged me one night. It was like 11 at night, saying you just got done with rehearsal.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, he's putting the grind in all day.
Yeah, dude. So I got picked to. There was a huge gala event, like suit and tie, big dinner, formal dinner, and it started with a Wicked theme theater production.
Okay.
And there was probably like I don't know, a couple hundred plus people, and then everybody had auditioned, and I actually got a part, and I got to open the gala with performing in this theater production, and that was so fun, man.
Again, with these people that got hella experience under their belt too, right? Like you're in there with some of the best.
Oh yeah,
upcoming bests.
Oh yeah. There's a group of people that I met, dude, and I'm backstage, and like there's people running around backstage that I know like are on Disney Channel or like
oh wow,
doing big things right now. So it just showed me, bro, like whatever you're doing, if you just stay focused, no matter what comes in your life, like if you hit rock bottom, if you're super high, if you're in the middle, if you just keep your vision in tune, like you will gravitate towards it.
Okay.
If you just don't give up, like if you just keep going, bro. I think sometimes people get restricted by age.
Yeah.
People think that because they're a certain age, they can't do this or they can't do that, and that's not true.
No, that's true. I mean, I waited until I was 40 to start kayaking, a podcast. I mean, I waited. I don't know why I waited so long. Maybe just the timing was right, but it was the help of you listeners and the help of you.
Yeah.
To get it going.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's vibes you're putting off too, man. So
you're my boy.
Thanks for bringing those vibes.
You're
back.
my boy, Blue. I mean, dude, seeing your passion, and we literally, you know how I am. Like when my people around me and they're like, "Hey, we want to do something," we do it. We snap it. Like you said that one day when I was like we're live, and you're like your face went white. You're like, "Oh man, we're doing this," and we actually did it. And you were like, you took flight, and it was like I could see the passion because you're like, "Oh my god." Well, whoa, it was that fast, And then just to evolve, and once you get into something and you hyper focus and you make something a priority, you have no choice but to succeed. So if you continue this podcast and continue to learn and to continue to grow and continue to expand your reach and engagement, you're going to continue to shine
Right.
on levels that you
Well,
probably
thanks,
never
man.
would imagine, bro.
Yeah,
For
so
real.
I couldn't. Like I said, I'm enjoying every minute of it. I'm enjoying the responses. Like Show Me Green said in the last episode that people are reaching out all random parts of the day asking for our advice, and that's just cool that people
Yeah.
are listening and thinking, I wonder what they think. So it's part of why I do it. And then plus just to sit in and like keep people in the community know what's going on. Like you're a big part of this. Your whole family's been a big part of this community.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that it's still ongoing,
Yeah.
and like we can get together and talk about it and share it because now people know some of the stuff you're going through.
Yeah.
And they asked me, "Hey, well, how's Enlightend J?" And I'm just like, "Well, we need to have him back on so
Yeah.
he can tell everybody." And I appreciate you taking time to do that. And also, thank you for the kind words because yeah, it's my motivation, man. It's easy for me to say I want to keep doing this when I get to have 30, 40 minutes with someone that is my people,
Yeah.
or it's someone I met and I'm just learning. Maybe they have questions, So I appreciate that, man. That's why I do it.
Yeah, I think those affirmations and keeping, just to touch base on the subject of affirmation, bro, I think we have to utilize our words better. And I think surrounding yourself with people, look at our circle, right? Look at our little group. Everybody's creative. Everybody's has something that they're passionate about. They're putting it
Right.
into, and it's not just going out and partying every weekend, or, it's a vision. Everybody has a vision. Like
Right.
you have to have within your group everybody that has some type of vision, and not just a 9 to 5 vision, a vision for their own entrepreneurial spirit. And that's how we shine. And if we continue to like help each other and create a community of creatives that understand that we all have these gifts and talents to utilize, we can just lift each other up. And if we just keep that going, bro, eventually we're going to be like, wow, we're doing festivals and organizing events, and podcasters are winning awards.
Be able to look back, Yeah, and like you said, hosting the events upcoming this summer, something for you all to get excited about. The podcast East of Ellis 210 is going to collaborate, and we're going to link up, and we're going to get Enlightend J on the turntables, and we're going to have an event. We're going to have a couple events. These are going to be cannabis friendly. They're going to be basically so we all can actually get together. We've talked about it a lot last year, or not last year, at the beginning of the podcast. We've only been doing it 7 months.
I know, it's crazy.
It feels like years. It's like, no, it's only been 7 months.
Flying.
But it is fine. So yeah, we never got to do it because it was too much. We were just in the startup. Now the podcast is going. Listeners are there. People are wanting to be involved. We are definitely going to have an event, so everybody will know that we'll get together and talk, and make it part of your vision.
Yeah, and vendors and artists will do like a travel, take care of all like any cannabis related vendors. I'll take care of the music related vendors, and we'll create a really cool experience. Like Trav knows the people really well at the venue, so if we can do like a Friday, Saturday event, and then everybody kicks it on Sunday, like all the bands and stuff stay over, and then we like float on Sunday, and everybody hangs out, and
utilize the campground out there.
Yeah, utilize the campground, build that up because that's a beautiful spot.
It is, it really is.
And if we just can get you guys out there to come hang out, and we want to meet you, and we want to show you that you can do the same thing. So if we inspire you and you're listening to the show right now, just know that you can do the same thing. It just took a vision. Trav just said, literally, messaged me one day, and like it might have been the same day. He's like, hey, can you come help me with this? And then we did it, and then we had a makeshift studio, and now it's...
It was crazy, man. Sitting right at this table with nothing, no walls, no nothing. But I knew right away it was interesting, and I enjoyed it, and I was excited. So,
how about them Chiefs, though, man?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right now.
Chiefs play today?
They do. I'm ready. I've been ready. Me and the wife been up super early. I love this woman. She's actually watching the franchise for the second time, which is the story of the quarterbacks and the Chiefs. I mean, it talks about it all, and she's just getting built up for this game. I mean, it's going to be intense. Could be the first time ever of a three-peat. So it's going to be interesting. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for the wings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl will be fun. I'm going to a CannaFest right before Super Bowl.
Oh, nice.
So Lake of the Ozarks, there's going to be a CannaFest down there. I'm going with about 5 or 6 people. Show Me Green and J-Dog's going. This is down Lake of the Ozarks. It's a 2-day, or it's a 1-day festival. We're going down, getting a room, staying, and it's because there's so many. It's gonna be we're gonna be flooded in cannabis, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay down there again, but it's gonna be cool to be able to network, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping to be able to get down there and show everybody, or tell everybody about the Canniverse Awards show, so I can get those votes. So maybe hand out some cards,
Yeah.
get some of them listeners to go to join that group. So when come February, we can get those votes. Maybe win. I don't foresee it just because I'm that kind of guy. I'm always like nah, but I'm just super happy to be nominated, dude.
But don't doubt it, bro,
I'm
because
not doubting it.
you're
That's why you're
you're
here.
talented, Brody. Don't doubt it. Just just be like, either way, we're still gonna do what we do. The award would be nice, but don't doubt it,
100%.
bro.
No, I'm not gonna be sad about it. And it's like I told you, it's an honor because this is coast to coast. These are people that's been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I got 7 months under my belt. So I mean, who knows what's to come and what to grow?
Yeah.
You know,
There's a lot coming of it, man. Look
It
at all the
is.
people you've already worked with.
there's been a lot. There's been a lot come through. You're right. Events, people we met.
Yeah.
Uh,
From two dudes sitting at if they could only be a fly on the wall. From sitting like we were right here, right? Yeah, right
it
here.
was right here.
Wow.
Crazy. Huh?
See, the sky's the limit when you have a vision and you just put your effort and your intention into something. Things start manifesting, bro. So with your personality, like when we step into purpose, I read a book and I can't remember, but the passage was talking about like when we step into purpose, things start aligning. Like once you start, okay, you've been doing this for a while, like on the end when we was doing Phillies in the tube, right? So then getting the corporate knowledge, right? You got your corporate knowledge,
Right.
So now getting the knowledge of the actual testing side of
working with
things,
it,
yeah. So it's
From
like,
seed
bro,
to sell to test.
exactly, yeah.
To
So
consumption.
if you look, this has been a medicine
Oh yeah.
for thousands of years, bro. So you're just a medicine man. You're just helping like spread the love for real. And it's crazy that there was such a stigma on it for so long, and there's still a stigma, But you're doing a good thing, and we're gonna look back on
appreciate
this, or we're gonna listen back and look back on this at some point. We're like, wow, we were making waves, bro. And
It's funny you said that too because whenever I didn't like something, weed's always been cool, but it's always been part of my life. So I'm not going to be disrespected over it.
Right.
That's why I leave. If I was disappointed or there was something, I just went to another place, and I'd never have a burnt bridge. Like all the places I worked at, I feel would be more than happy to have. They would be happy if I applied there because I got along with everybody. I ran a good shift.
right,
I'm proud of that. But it's cannabis. I was passionate about it. Now, being on this side, I don't have a group of people. I do, but it's a different type of group of people.
right,
And it's just a little different way of like how you got to look into it. It makes the podcast easier to be able to come on and talk and share
Yeah.
because I know people are listening. I miss the people, man. I miss them a lot.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how a lot of people will be like, I hate customer service. I hate it. But like some people really do like that one-on-one attention, especially when you're helping people, like you said, medicine and whatnot. Whenever I would switch to places, some customers would come up and they'd look at me and they're like, didn't you work at... And I actually had one say, I'm like the Weed Waldo. He just kind of, if there's cannabis, I just kind of pop up. That's what they would say. It's because they'd be at Starbuds, they went to Heya, they went to all these different dispensaries I was at. And then there's Travis, because I was so passionate about it. And I must have made them feel some type of way when I seen them to remember me. You know what I mean? Because do you remember what the dollar store cashier gave you last time you went to the dollar store? What she looked like or anything?
kind of.
Oh, you do? Well, she must have done something. She must have been cute or something.
Not really, not really.
Well, usually if you make an impression, a good impression,
Yeah.
they're going to remember you.
Yes.
And you're going to stick out in the crowd somewhere more than if you never did really.
That's true.
And not saying you got to overdo it, but basically try to leave a good impression.
Yes.
So, I don't know. We said something about the Waldo thing. I thought that was a funny thing whenever they told me. They were like, you're just like Weed Waldo. I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. No, definitely, bro. Yeah, leaving that impression and like being a light to the world. And I think once me and you may look at things as well, I try to be mindful and focus on those one-on-one connections throughout my day. And that's how I think I tie into leaving my impression. Is like paying attention, like when I do go to dollar store, right?
Right.
Treating that person like the king or queen that they are, and letting them see that they have a light and fully focusing and paying attention on them, and that helps me to like better each person that I meet.
Letting them know they're appreciated.
Yeah, and they're a light as well. So
Oh, yeah.
I think that's how I make my impression. And that's just part of organically who I am. You too. You have a good personality. You're sociable. So we have been given roles to be lights, not only in the light, but in the midst of darkness. So the people's lives that we're shifting and the fundamental changes in people's lives that we're creating, bro, are so crucial. So we just gotta let everybody know that they can just stay positive and kind of just stay in the middle. Because I think sometimes we get too high, we get on this high horse, and then we hit rock bottom, and we're just, but just understanding that if we just stay right there in the middle, and understanding that times are always shifting and it's fluid. It's just like continuous circle of light and dark. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and just
Love
flow,
that.
and just flow, bro, and just appreciate your good days, appreciate your bad days, find the lesson in it all, try to be better day by day, and
Learn.
be here in the moment, bro. And
Trial and
listen to
error
East
isn't
of
always bad.
Elvins. Like, I think that's number one. Listen to East of Elvins.
Hell yeah. Well, with that being said, man, I know you got a special train day. You got to go help somebody
Yeah.
train. I can't wait to have that personnel on.
Yeah, we'll get him on.
He had a really good
soon.
interview on the Tippy Joe show. He's an amazing dude. I would look forward to having him on.
Yeah,
if he'd
yeah.
like to be on
We'll
one day.
talk to him. Yeah,
But we'll share that later. But with that being said, we're flossing on Davis Crossing.
flossing, baby.
Jay, I really appreciate you coming out, Enlighten. You busy schedule, but I know you're gonna get back on that plane and fly back out there. So
Yeah,
we'll keep everybody
sure.
updated. Everybody follow him. He's also turning tables. He's DJing everywhere. So go listen, check him out.
thank you guys. Appreciate
That being
you.
said, take care of y'all. Thanks. Another one. Mic drop.
Mic drop.